Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexios here Saturday morning, and we got double duty today, baby. Two Raptor games today in a row. First, we're going to start with the Celtics at 5 o'clock here in Toronto at Scotiabank Arena. The Raptors playing the Celtics. Afternoon game, very important game. Celtics haven't played since Thursday. They, like us, they played the Warriors and won an overtime game against them. Big win for them. And then of course we lost a 2-point game to Minnesota the same night. 9:05 are playing later after that, around 7 or I think they play at 8 o'clock. Actually, they're playing the Wisconsin Herd in Wisconsin, and we found out yesterday that Christian Koloko has been sent to the G League. So he is not available for the Boston game tonight here in Toronto. He will be starting for the 9:05 in their 9:05 game today. So that's fantastic. That's interesting stuff, if you ask me. So the injuries basically look like this. The Raptors have Delano Banton questionable. It's his hip. Otto Porter is out, of course, with his toe surgery. And then the 905 guys are with the 905. As far as Koloko, Ron Harper Jr., and Jeff Doughton Jr., those guys, I believe, are all with the team in Wisconsin and not here in Toronto. So it really will be the guys that are here. I'm pretty sure, Joe will still be here with the Toronto Raptors, Joe Wieskamp, but I'm not totally sure about Jeff Doughton. I would guess that he may be either place. Jeff Doughton could be here in Toronto, but it may be very likely he's in Wisconsin also. It sounds like they want to get these guys more time because Nick really is like shortening his rotation. So people like Delano and Christian, they need to play for 905 because they just may not get very many minutes right now on the main roster. So it's really kind of cool to watch Koloko on 905 today. So I highly recommend that. Let me just real quick, since we're talking about that 905 game, let me do the referee check for the 905 game real quick for you guys. Get it out of the way. The refs for the G League 905 game against Wisconsin Herd, number one lead ref is Evan Scott. Evan Scott, we've seen him recently on the main Raptors games. He's in his 5th season as a ref. He is from Richmond, Virginia. That's where he lives. His favorite TV show is Sports Center. He likes the DiCaprio movie Inception. He is the Prince fan, who is a big Prince fan. His favorite meal is steak and asparagus, and his favorite app is FaceTime. Yes, Evan Scott is our referee for the G League today as a ref crew. Chief, and then Tyler Merkovich is the second ref, and Cameron Garber. That's the ref crew for the 905 game after the Boston Celtics Raptors game today. So they're not on at the same time. This is really great. We basically watch the Celtics and Raptors game, and then boom, the 905 game is on after that. So you can really watch both games. It's pretty cool. Let me check in with the comment section real quick as we go along here. Isaac Campbell is here first. Good weekend, good people. Thank you, Isaac Campbell. Let's get this W today. I'm going to tell you something. Right before I went on the air today, I was like thinking about, well, with the referees for the Raptors and the Boston game, there's one referee I don't want to see. And I was like, if we get that referee, I know something's fishy about it. Well, we did get that referee. Ed Malloy is our head crew chief today. And I was like, what? Wait a second. I said that like 10 minutes before I checked the refs. I said, man, if Ed Malloy is the crew chief for this Boston Celtics game today, I'm going to be pissed. Because listen, he was our crew chief for a Boston game last year, and he literally stole the game from us and gave it to the Celtics. So this is smacking of a ref hit job. I do not trust Ed Malloy. Ed Malloy is one of the most fucked up refs in the NBA. So, yeah, he's our crew chief, Ed Malloy from Pennsylvania. He's in like his 22nd year as an NBA ref. His favorite TV show is His favorite movie is We'll Stand for Freedom. Oh! Braveheart. He likes to read Tom Clancy novels. His favorite app is Google Maps. It's probably so he can find where the arena is. He would most like to visit Sorrento, Italy. Once again, another ref who wants to visit Italy. Why don't y'all just pull together and like buy a cruise on a fair price, a very cheap price, since there's so many refs who've never been to Italy. I mean, geez, I think half of y'all would want to go see, this great country of Italy. Y'all say you want to. Y'all travel all the time. Just go there in the off season. Geez, NBA refs, everybody wanting to go to Italy. Why don't you just go? Why don't you just go? His favorite musician is U2. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for and what I like about Ed Malloy. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not finding much that I like. No. All right, let's see. He attended St. Joseph's University before transferring to Thomas Jefferson University. At Thomas Jefferson, he was a member of the basketball team and won ECAC Player of the Year awards in 92-93. He earned a bachelor's degree in marketing. Yeah, that's Ed Malloy. Now, he is not good for us. He never has been. We lost the last game he ref this season. We win 46% of the time when Ed Malloy is around. Meanwhile, the Celtics win 58% of the time. For 46, 58 for the Celtics. Ed Malloy is definitely a Celtics favorer. And like I said, last year, there's a very much one of the Celtic games we played against them. He stole from us and handed it right to them. He literally did. Seriously, there was a game last year where he did that. Our second ref tonight is Michael Smith. He is a referee that I trust a little bit more than Ed Malloy, but he is one of these 30-year-plus refs that still is not totally kind to the Raptors. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. His favorite TV show is NCIS New Orleans. His favorite movie is Training Day with Denzel Washington. His favorite book is The President is Missing. He would most like to visit the White House. You should have snuck him with the Golden State Warriors the other day, Michael Smith. His bucket list is to skydive, and his favorite meal is dinner. So we've got Ed Malloy, who's looking for some pasta, and we got Michael Smith, who just wants dinner. So we got pasta dinner so far, Tom Duke, if you're getting the food together for the refs for tonight. Michael Smith played basketball and baseball at Southside High School in Memphis, Tennessee. So there you go. Michael Smith is once again, longtime ref. We win 47% of the time when he referees. We lost the last game that he refereed. And the Celtics win 51% of the time. So once again, statistics showing a side favor to the Celtics historically in winning percentage. The third and final ref is Danica Mosier. Danica Mosier is in her second season. She's from Orlando, Florida. Her favorite TV show is Friends and Ridiculousness. So her favorite movie is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. She likes I'm Bringing Sexy Back for her musician. She's all about Justin Timberlake. Her favorite book is Lying with Strangers. I don't know. Are you lying with them, like lying to them, or are you lying in the bed with them? I don't know. I haven't read that book. Favorite app, Yelp. She'd most like to visit Thailand, and she'd also like to own a cat cafe. Her favorite meal is oxtail. So maybe if we mash up all three of the referees for the Raptors Boston game today, their meals together, we can have some dinner pasta oxtail. Dinner oxtail pasta. So can we make oxtail pasta and just have it for dinner? And then all three refs can eat the same damn thing. How about that? Yeah. Danica Mosier holds a bachelor's degree in biology and nursing from the University of Central Florida. UCF graduate. Okay, then. All right. Danica has refereed the Raptors 5 times, and we've only won once. So we have a 20% winning percentage under Danica. We did win the last game that she refereed, was our only win with her. And meanwhile, the Celtics win 3 out of 4 times with her, 75% winning percentage from her. So the splits are all really bad for us. Ed Malloy is a ref hit job artist, and I am not liking our ref crew at all today. This is nasty. Ed Malloy, Michael Smith, and Danica Mosier. Ooh, I don't like you referees. Ed Malloy, man, I hate that guy so much. I really do hate Ed Malloy. I really do hate him. I hate him like I hate Scott Foster. Oh, my gosh. Mike's here, Logical Raptors Fanatic. Go check out Logical Raptors Fanatic. He's dropping content today at 2 o'clock on YouTube. He's always dropping factual, actual, logical, factual, content about what's going on with the Raptors and their history. And appreciate you. He's saying that Isaac's ready for the Celtics today. And Isaac's saying SB4 triple double day. Listen, man, I got this out to have in the house for the game tonight. I got my Scotty Barnes jersey, and I'm all ready for Scotty Barnes to continue to ascend up in his great play recently. It probably might be a triple double, Isaac Campbell, if he really gets up for the Celtics like he did in his second professional game ever in his NBA career when he got the first win as an NBA player ever in Boston against them in the TD Waterhouse Bank Arena or whatever, our building, the Toronto Dominion building. He came in there and he helped rout the Boston Celtics in his first win ever as an NBA player. He looked fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to see a triple double from Scott today. That'd be fantastic. Jimmy Pope is here. The Pope of positivity is in the house. I wish for nothing more but to completely destroy Boston. That would put a smile on my face. Yes, Jimmy, that would put a huge smile on my face for about a week. Honestly, a permagran for a little bit. Fuck Boston. Yes, we all say that. Say it again. Say it in your morning utterances. Fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. Say it more. Is Boston Sports here? Ooh, we'll have to see if Boston Sports is here to talk some trash before the game today. We'll have to see. Mike is saying Konono went G League. I said when Precious was back and in shape, he would go down to work on offense. Betson Arts tried to use that way too early and say I was wrong to Konono and tried to cook. Time always tells. All right, I'm not even sure what your lingo means, Mike. Sometimes your newfangled lingo, your youngster lingo, is like, all right, he tried to cook. You mean he tried to like get you guys in trouble or talk trash or something like that? I know what you mean. Yeah, this made sense. Like Precious need to be back fully and feeling comfortable before we could let Konono or Koloko go down there. And I'm glad he's down there. I'm really curious to see the stat line that Koloko can put up against the Wisconsin Herd today. And I think it's just going to be fun to see a little bit more offense from him. I want to see him take a bunch of little baby hooks and get some putback dunks and just do all the kind of cool stuff that maybe he can do offensively that we don't get to see in the main roster Raptors yet, that maybe could be possible down the road. It's kind of like a glimpse of the future when you see a player play in the G League that they get to do way more. You can see maybe what they could add down the road on the main team. And I'm interested in this. Yeah. Konono. Wrong on Konono. Yeah. Project Truth always. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Keep Project Truth. It's now more than ever because of all the crazy toxic crap that people are saying all over the place in Raptors fan nation. Stay true. Like, it's not even about truth and facts and fiction. It's about true, as in stay true to your team. Project Truth. Being truthful to your team and honest as a fan and staying with them, riding and dying with them as they die. Callie's here. It would be awesome to beat Boston, but not feeling optimistic. Yeah, all right, here's the injuries for them. Jason Tatum is sitting today. So there will be no Jason Tatum for the Celtics for sure. Danilo Gallinari is the other injury for them. Of course, Danilo's been out for the whole season. But yeah, Tatum has already been announced that he will not be playing for the Celtics today. So they will have one of their big two, Jaylen Brown, but no Jason Tatum today, just so y'all know. I don't know, Callie. It's just one of these days where it's just like we have nothing to lose. Like, what the hell? Everybody expects us to be crappy and roll over and get beat by the Boston Celtics today. Well, sometimes these kind of games we get up for extra special. And I feel like we might just do that today and have one of these games where we just overachieve and we're like, wow, we're winning this game. And everybody's going to be like, whoa, the Raptors won against the Boston Celtics. Well, I'd like to see that today for sure. I don't like Ed Malloy. Ed Malloy, give me some good faith in how you referee games. Come out there and referee right down the line. Give some calls to Pascal, OG, Scotty, and Freddie. And maybe I'll be, talking nice about you tomorrow. All right, Ed Malloy, it's a deal. If I watch you and you do a good job today, ask Scott Foster. I talked nice about him the last time he refereed us because he was very down the line and we won. That's what I want today from you, Ed Malloy. No fishy stuff. No referee hit job late in the game where you're swallowing the whistle for the Raptors, but you're putting Jaylen Brown on the line every play down the court. Yeah, I don't want to see that today, Ed Malloy. I do not want to see that. No, I don't. Isaac Campbell saying no Tatum tonight equals not the same green monster. In some ways, that's very true. Yes, there's a lot less to worry about in some ways. He is supposedly their number one guy. So, I think this does make it easier. And once again, if we lose, everybody can say, well, we were full strength and they didn't have Tatum. We really suck. This basically been the storyline after this Minnesota loss and this Milwaukee loss this week, with their miss and keep guys, the best players on their team, and we still lose. And everybody that's anti-Raptors or hating on the Raptors, even though they say they're Raptors fans, is like, yeah, well, we really suck because we can't even beat them without them. Oh my gosh. I'm sick of hearing that this week. These teams are good, and it's sometimes not even who's there or not. It's the system and how well the team is running and whether they got their shit figured out. And we do not have our shit figured out. So in a lot of ways, we are at a detriment whether they are full strength or not. So yeah, quit saying this, people that are kind of trying to slight the Raptors these days. Oh, you couldn't even beat Minnesota without Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, we couldn't. Okay, all right, fine, great. You feel better about yourself now? Okay. Mike saying, pray for mercy and this, kiss the ring. No, any last words? Freedom. Oh, you're talking about Braveheart. Yeah. Pray for mercy. End this. Kiss the ring. I should be doing Mel Gibson impressions. I'm telling you. All right, Lumpy Rex is here. Good to see original Raptor freak from the beginning. Jumping in just for a sec on a special game day. It's a Boston Celtics game day. And they just came in to say one thing for us real quick. Fuck Boston. And I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Okay, Isaac Campbell's got the food together because Tom is not here this morning. I love this. I mean, listen, can we fault Tom Duke? He lives in Victoria, British Columbia, and it is 6:30 in the morning there, and he's always getting up with us and serving the food to the referees. It's almost like he does his duty and goes down the soup kitchen and just feeds everybody in the morning. Well, Tom Duke's probably sleeping in on a rainy Saturday. I don't know if it's rainy there, but it's a little rainy here. And I appreciate Isaac jumping in. It's like we have a associate cook just in case. All right, let's see. He's got the soup there. It's pasta. It's pasta. It's not soup, Lex. It's pasta. And then there's an ox. He looks like he's got the ox in the tail, and he's showing that Tom has been asleep. Okay, that's good enough. Isaac, I think you did a very good, suitable emoticon dinner buffet for the referees in Tom's absence. And I appreciate you for stepping up. Next man up mentality. Yes, I love it. Nameless is saying, okay, here's my Italian lesson for today. This is sponsored by Prima Pasta and our good friends at the Ball Agency, Hidu Turkoglu, and Andrea Bargnani. Buongiorno, la mia familia. Yes, I think I know what that means. That means good morning, my family. Wow, I really am learning Italian. Yes, thank you, Nameless. Bam. All right, Lumpy Rex is also saying, sending good vibes to the freaks. Keep it real. Keep it real, Lumpy Rex. We appreciate you, long-standing Raptor freak, keeping it real in Raptors culture all over the place. I know Lumpy Rex is Lumpy Rex from Talking Raptors. Lumpy Rex sent us this email. I know you're all over the place, Lumpy Rex. You're like, you're a known Raptor freak, and I appreciate you for dropping in and saying hi to us. Logical Raptors fanatic is saying cook is like put that person's take in the frying pan and cook it up and prove that person is wrong. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I know how you cook people on the court and stuff like that. I get it. I was just kind of playing dumb in a little bit with that comment. And proof that a person is wrong. To cook someone is on something. He cooked that casual. He's cooking on that topic. He cooked him like Allen Iverson with the crossover and the dunk. Yeah, that's what you mean. I know what you mean. Net Naco the Nachos here. Good morning, Gerald. Anyone who's ever said Jaylen Brown is better than Pascal is wrong. He's just coming in with blanket statements, just non sequitur statements. Saying, if you think that Jaylen Brown's better than Pascal Siakam, you're wrong. That's what Gerald's saying this morning. I love it and appreciate it, man. If you're feeling better, come on down. 5 o'clock is the tip off, and I will be watching that game. And then there's Koloko show afterwards. I love it. HC is here. Another new name. 9:30 a.m. every single morning. We're talking Raptors in a positive way. We're building up the team. We're not tearing it down. We don't hate Fred. We love Fred. HC saying, wonder how many of the Boston fans know what the TD Garden stands for. I've wondered about that too. Do we wonder about the intelligence quotient of the greater Boston metropolitan area as far as the average Bostonian? How intelligent are they? Do they know what those little words, the little letters TD stand for? I don't know if they know, HC. I don't know. Some of them do. Some of them do know it because we burn them so good with it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you beat us, but we own your building. We literally own your building. And they're like, what? Yeah, you don't know what TD stands for? Toronto Dominion, motherfucker. It's our bank here in Toronto, and we own your building. I love telling people that if they don't know that from Boston. They're almost like, well, they don't even know what to say because it's just the damn truth. Oh my gosh. G's saying Cavs lost to Golden State Warriors without Curry, Wiggins, Green, Clay, and Iguodala. Game planning changes, and maybe it throws teams off not having certain players play. That's for sure. I mean, it is a strategy for top teams in the playoffs to hide, players and people for later on, and so they don't see them. It's like we didn't see Giannis for a bunch of games last season, and I felt like at times the Bucks were holding him out for proprietary secrets and like kind of holding stuff back for later when the games really matter, like in the playoffs. And I do know that this is what teams do. They strategically withhold players, whether it's load management or just a little tiny injury that makes them sit out for something. This is that kind of stuff going on. And I think this is a calculated day off for Jason Tatum because, some people are saying it's like, oh, that's a slight to us. They don't feel like they have to come in here at full strength to beat us because we were doing so poorly. And that's kind of true in some ways. But also, hey, listen, this is an interesting way for Nick Nurse has to approach the team in a different group of them with one guy missing. Then that, he can cater his game plan to that. But this is why the NBA is getting on to teams for not reporting their injuries in a timely way or being fair or honest about them, because people can do switcheroos and change stuff real quick. And it's kind of like, that the coaches need time to get a game plan together because it really does change considering who is available and who is showing up to play. So, yeah, that's important in the NBA to get proper injury reporting in a timely fashion so that everybody knows what's going on. They can't be switching people in and out. Like Tatum can't be like, since they've declared him not playing today already, if he just decided this afternoon, oh, I'm going to play all of a sudden, I think they get in trouble for that just because they declared him out already. Isaac's got the eggs. He's got a little chef, and he's got a trophy, and he's got a medal. So yeah, you are the champion chef of today for sure, Isaac Campbell, and I appreciate you for it. All right, let's just do some news and notes around the league real quick. As I said, Mr. Christian Koloko will be in Wisconsin today to play the Wisconsin Herd. That he is not available for the Raptors. That's going to be fun. Now, there was an incident last night in Los Angeles that I want to talk about because it has to do with Canadian Dylan Brooks. The Memphis Grizzlies were playing the Los Angeles Lakers last night, and there was Dylan Brooks was talking shit like he normally does in games. He was talking trash. And apparently he started talking trash, and Shannon Sharp of ESPN, who was sitting at front row, got engaged with him with the talking trash. And there was a lot of fuck you, no fuck you, and like who the fuck are you, and all this stuff. And then like Jaw's dad T got involved, and then like other Grizzlies started getting involved, like Ja Morant and Steven Adams. And it was really kind of a comical situation. This is all right around halftime. They were like Shannon Sharp's out on the court, and they're like looking like they want to fight. This is crazy. Shannon Sharp, I don't know, man. Like I had more respect for you because I was like, all right, he's the guy like between Skip and Shannon. He's the one I like. I want to side with Shannon Sharp. But this is kind of, I don't know if you're doing this for publicity or why this happened, because it's a fake fight, honestly. This is like WWE stuff that happened with Shannon Sharp and the Grizzlies last night. There was no real anger. It was kind of like a show. There was a lot of talking trash, and it looked funny. And because afterwards he's like hugging John Morant's dad and saying, "Oh, this is just all fun and games." And like John Morant's dad saying, "We're just South Carolina guys, and this is what we do. We talk shit." So it was all very much like WWE. There was no real like serious anger or intent. Maybe from Dylan Brooks because he's like, "What the fuck are you talking to me? I'm playing this game. You're a spectator. Shut the fuck up and sit down." And Shannon's like, "No, LeBron James is the GOAT. Y'all shut up. Fuck you." It's like, what the fuck? It's like I didn't realize that Shannon Sharpe. I knew he was a Laker fan, and I knew that he was like a big LeBron fan, but I did not realize that he literally goes to the games and acts like a Laker freak. And that's kind of listen. That's a little bit like I understand these guys have their favorites, like Skip with the Dallas Cowboys and his stupid bullshit or whatever. But like, listen, in some ways it's not a good look. You're an ESPN analyst. In some ways you're supposed to kind of still act like you're a journalist, and journalists are supposed to be unbiased, and they're supposed to be kind of like not involved and not like in any kind of like favoritism and stuff like that. So it's I don't know. Shannon Sharpe, you're obviously not a journalist. You're a talking head personality on ESPN because you're blurring the lines of being a fan. I just thought it was a really weird situation. And it was kind of funny to see Steven Adams finally like get pissed off and start coming at Shannon Sharpe. He took his headband out and everybody's remarking on his long, lustrous hair as he's coming at him like he's gonna fight him. And everybody's like mesmerized by him. It's almost like if Steven Adams got in a fight, he has a couple powers. He has this big, huge, strong body, of course, that's very scary and dangerous. He'd probably hurt you. And then he could even, like before the fight, he'd have his hair tied up and he takes it down and he just Vidal Sassoon's that hair loose, and then everybody's like, "Whoa!" And then he punches him. That's what it seemed like last night. Is everybody's going on about his hair because his hair was down and he looked like he wanted to fight him. Oh my gosh. Shannon, I know you're a tough guy, and in the NFL, you probably could beat up a lot of people, but I don't know if you could take Steven Adams. Steven Adams is a very, very big, strong man, and he's scary. I don't think you should fight him. I don't think you would want to. Nako saying, "Work's got me closing today. I got to miss the first half of the game. Gary versus Brooke, Dylan versus Shannon. LeBron is out of the top 15." Yeah. Okay. Oh, you don't mean he's like one of the top 15 players in the league? Well, I mean, that's pretty accurate, probably. A lot of people would say, "What are you talking about? He's always going to be top five. LeBron is just top five all the time. You just got to write him in there no matter what. Put him in that top five somewhere." But yeah, I agree with this. I don't think he is a top five or even top 10 at this point. There's other guys in the league that are better players, and that he has a little bit further down. All right, but yeah, that's such an interesting story from last night. Shannon Sharpe, you're an idiot. And it's weird. It's like Skip Bayless and you guys are looking worse and worse. And I don't think this makes you look good. I think this makes you look bad in some ways. And I'm losing. I did have a lot of respect for ESPN personalities for the most part. And yeah, I'm losing respect for most of them. And the recent things that happen, like Skip is an idiot, absolute idiot. Some of the stuff he's been saying recently. And Shannon Sharpe, yeah, I'm starting to think you're just as much an idiot. Now, somebody I'm actually getting more respect for in this world is Stephen A. Smith. And this is kind of weird because I've always hated Steve A. Smith. I've always thought he was an idiot and that he always said stupid shit. But he was on Howard Stern recently, and I've been watching parts of this interview with Stephen A. Smith, and he's very fascinating. Some of the things he's talked about in that Howard Stern interview recently were absolutely, I did not know things about him, and they actually make me really appreciate him and like him more. So he's actually going up. His stock is going up with me, Stephen A. Smith. And meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe, Skip Bayless, Jalen Rose, all them, I hated them all along. They suck. All right. What do we got next? Okay, let's do the real mascot matchup. We're just gonna knock everything out today. The last time we saw the Raptor, he's in the woods and he's very much lost. He's lost in the woods. Yeah, it's all very much a very good metaphor for the season. And he's in the clearing and he just got attacked by a buck. Yeah, the buck came and like scarred him up in his back again with the antlers, and he's laying in the middle of this field and he's really hurting. And then all of a sudden, this pack of wolves showed up like next. And it's like, what is these animals are just taking turns carving into me right now. This hawk tore me up last week. I got ripped up by a buck and his antlers this week. And now these wolves are circling. Well, the Raptors like getting ready to fight these Timberwolves, and they're like really, really and like and he's like and he's bracing for them to attack. And well, the first one attacks and bam, he hits it off, and he actually gets it to scare it and go away. And then the second one hits, and he hits it off, and he gets it to run scared away because he actually like hurts it when they come near him. He kind of chomps into him a little bit with his raptor teeth, and they're like, "Whoa, he's got different kind of teeth than us." And they get scared. The third one attacks him, and he bites it, and it runs away. So he's being very successful at holding off these pack of wolves little by little. The fourth one attacks, and he gets him a little bit, and he runs away. There's one more left, and it's this big one. This is a big, ugly one. And the Raptors like, okay, there's just one more wolf left. I can make this. I can do this. There's just one more wolf left. I can beat this wolf. Well, the wolf outsmarted him. It kind of like made it seem like he was getting bit, but he had a really extra poofy part of his fur. And when the raptor bit into it, he got all air, and that wolf turned and got him in the jugular, right in the neck. And he's like, ah! And then he falls over, and the wolf is kind of starting to eat on him. Like while he's down, and like he feels the wolves, they start to return, and he's like really fucked. Like he needs some luck at this point. He really does need some luck because he's getting eaten up. Like his carcass is getting eaten up by some wolves right now. And that sucks because he almost beat them. He almost like defeated them and made them go away. And that last one kind of got the best of him. So now he's like, do I just lay here and act dead and let them just like kind of chew on me for a little while? Or what do I do? He needs to find some luck. And we'll have to find out next time on the Real Mascot Matchup if he gets some luck to get away from being like eaten up by these wolves that are like chewing on him. They think he's dead, but he's not totally dead. He's just acting dead. Oh, it's kind of gruesome year. I mean, it's a gruesome year of Real Mascot Matchup, and it really does reflect our real season. Isaac Campbell's got, all right, the alarm, get up. He's sending something to Tom Duke to get him woken up. No, let Tom sleep in. This has been a tough time of the season. Him getting up so early for these streams, it's just a real dedication. And he deserves to sleep in on the weekend. So we know Tom will come in. Oh, there he is. He did show up. There's Tom. He's got all the pasta and he showed up. He made it. He is up. All right, cool. It's all good, Tom. Don't worry about this. Isaac actually brought the food out in your absence. We had next man up mentality. I love it. I love it. I love it, guys. All right, let me see if there's more for me to talk about with today's game and stuff. Just real quick, Tom Duke is number one in our Raptors Freak Yahoo Fantasy League. Tom, you have a dominant lead. I really do think you're going to get that Vince Carter UNC Tar Heels jersey that is autographed. Yes. All right. Well, let's do a recap. Why not just wrap it up real tight and nice? Real nice little package here. Thank you, sir. Let's go. Cheers to you, Tom Duke, and I appreciate you. Okay, here, Logical Raptors Fanatic saying, Lex, from Duke's here, and you missed a comment from me. Computer issues. No, I don't think so. I see what I see. I just skipped your comment. I did not mean to do that. I will read it right now, Mike. It does preparation for a certain style and lineup change quick, and things become more on the fly than planned and practiced. Yeah, it's definitely harder to play against. Tape is small on lineups. All right, I don't totally understand your comment, Mike, but yeah, of course you're going to prepare differently for who's available for the other team. That's a big difference. Giannis or no Giannis, that's a big difference. And it's the same with Tatum today. The game plan for the Raptors, they actually can focus on Jalen a lot more without Tatum out there. That just makes sense. So in some ways, it may be like, okay, now we can double Jalen a little bit in this kind of way because we don't have to worry about Jason so much. So there's definitely different ways you can prepare differently, considering who's available or not. And that's why they have to make it known who's going to be playing or not. They find teams for not giving that information correctly and stuff like that. Okay, all right. I hope that's what you wanted, Mike. That was what you're talking about. Isaac Campbell rules. Yes, I agree with that, Tom Duke. All right, let me just do a real quick overview of what I said this morning, and then we'll get out of here under an hour. Let's do it. The Boston Celtics are sitting Jason Tatum today. Just so you guys know, it is due to his left wrist soreness. On our side, Delano Banton and Otto Porter are out, and the 905 guys are with the 905, including Christian Koloko. So this will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, with no Koloko, that means it's more likely, maybe Kem Birch might get to play for the Raptors today. Ooh, Kem Birch. The 905 are playing tonight against the Wisconsin Herd. The referees for tonight are Evan Scott as the crew chief, Tyler Merkovich, and Cameron Garber. Those are the refs for the G League game. And then the refs for our game here in Toronto at Scotiabank with the Boston Celtics, we got Ed Malloy, and I'm not happy about that. It is really not who I want refereeing. You two fan, you better not bullet the blue sky Ed Malloy with some bullshit fucking calls is what I'm saying right now. Ed Malloy, you do not do a ref hit job on the Raptors and help the Celtics win today. You do not. Michael Smith is the middle ref. He's not. He's an older ref. He's to be respected, but he is not necessarily nice to us. And then Danica Mosier, who we've won 1 out of 5 games since she's been refereeing, and the Celtics have won 3 out of 4. So yeah, the referees are not statistically nice to us, and it's Ed Malloy. I hate Ed Malloy. I really hate Ed Malloy. I really do. I really do. Jimmy Pope saying, "Let's see a dominant Raptors today. Would be love a win." Yeah, let's jump out all over them and let's mess them up. Boston Sports was in here the other day hoping we'd beat the Minnesota Timberwolves because he knows if we beat the last team we played, that maybe we won't be as up to really try and win. And that, having us not win that game is not good for them. He's more worried about us because he knows we're hungry and we need that W. And that's right. I'm all about that. Raymond Jacobs here. Good to see Raymond Jacob. Sorry, Tommy boy. On fantasy, it seems like you have around 30 games left for each position. If there are 3 more months, 90 days or so left of games left, when you can't score anymore, I think you will dip. Whoa, Raymond Jacob. He is figuring out this Yahoo Fantasy League, and he sees that Tom is really getting close to his maxes. And when he gets to his maxes, he will not collect points anymore. But you know what? This is the thing, Raymond Jacob. There's going to be most of the teams in our league will not get the maximums and get full potential of what they could get. And Tom is insured of getting that. So that's the thing. He may run out, but they may not have enough to catch up to him still. So his lead may be bigger and big enough to keep ahead. We'll have to see how this all works out. It's going to be a very interesting stretch run for the season, but it could very well be that Tom is very much kind of like sitting for the last month or so with no games played, waiting and hoping nobody catches up to him. Raymond's saying, is anyone game up for grabs when we all run out of games? I don't think that, like I said, I don't think you guys are going to run out of games. Like, it very rarely that everybody meets all the 82. That there's going to be a lot of people that don't fulfill all 82 for all positions. And it's really just how active you've been in the league and being on top of it. Tom's been overly active, and that's why it is where it is. Kareem Thomas, you talking trash about winning the fantasy? Because he's up there. He's one of the guys that could win, but he retracted his statement. Tom Duke saying, okay, don't feel bad. He'd love to win, but it's not like he's riding or dying on this. It's like, hey, this is great. If I win, I win. But he's giving it a good effort. Mike's saying, Tom Duke also posted some food, so it was like 2 comments. I didn't care about my comment as much. It was more to make sure you see every comment. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull you back. No, that's all right. If I do miss comments, I want y'all to tell me, because I do feel like every single one of them is important, even if it's something stupid like you just wrote the word Dookie. Yeah, it's an important comment. I need to read it. Raymond Jacobs saying, I'm neck and neck with Tom on some categories. Well, you're going to have to overcome him on a couple of categories, and then you can see what's happening. He's saying, yeah, Tom Duke's saying, bring it. Just bring it, jabroni, Raymond Jacob. You're going to win some Yahoo Fantasy, and you want this Vince Carter UNC signed jersey? Yeah, you got to bring it to Tom. He hasn't said a peep. He's not talking any trash. He's letting his game being at the top, doing all the talk. is what's going on with Tom Duke. Yeah, yeah. All right, let me see. That's it. I don't think I have anything else to say, guys. I told you y'all's refs. Let's just do keys to the victory real quick. Listen, we have nothing to lose. This is this kind of game where it's like everybody expects us to be dog shit. Everybody expects us to lose to the number one team in the Eastern Conference. Raptors, you get a great opportunity today because y'all have been feeling down. You've been feeling sad. And we don't want to feel down or sad any longer. We want to feel good. And the best way to feel good is beat the number one team in the Eastern Conference and kick their ass and mess up their record just a little bit more and get our record looking a little bit better. Beat the Celtics. It'll make y'all feel so much better. Vibes check after that. Woo, good vibes. And that's what we want for y'all. We need to win this game so y'all can have some small victory of beating the best team in the East right now. And I really, really know that y'all know that that prize is at the end of this game if you get that W. That you need this good feeling. You guys have looked tired and just down and downtrodden. And we can't have this with y'all anymore, Raptors. We need you to get it out of the mud, as Scotty would say, and get your feelings out of the mud. And you could feel real good by beating the Celtics when nobody expects you to, and you really don't seem like you have a chance. As a lot of people would say, you don't have a chance. Well, I don't believe that. I believe we have there's no lose scenarios. We can win this game. And we come out there with the right attitude, the right gumption. Come out there and jump first, hit first, be aggressive, get the lead, hold the lead, do as much as you can to win this game, the full 48 minutes. And hopefully we will win. Hopefully this is a day when our shots are going in. Nick Nurse, get that high percentage low post shot to start the game so we don't start with a drought of 0-8 or 0-15 or something like that. We need to be scoring right away and get going on it. Make all our free throws, everything it takes for winning basketball. And against a really good team like the Celtics, our margin of error is very, 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 very slim. So y'all need to do everything as perfect as possible to beat the Celtics today. And that is really the key to victory. Play perfect and kick their ass. And let all the Raptor fans be so happy after that. Please do it. This afternoon game is a little weird. We have weird times. We've been starting games recently. I mean, we started the game on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and now we're starting the game at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. Tomorrow it will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then the regular start time's around 7 p.m. Eastern time. So these times are all a little bit different at different times of the day. Hopefully it won't matter to the players' biorhythms and their bodies, and they just feel ready at 5 o'clock. I don't want y'all being late like Tom Duke this morning. I need y'all to show up and be ready right at the beginning of the game. We can't have you showing up halfway through the first or in the second quarter with your energy and trying. Don't do that. Do not let this team get a start on you where they are ahead and they just kick your ass the whole game. You need to be competitive. And in a lot of ways, you need to get the lead first and hold it as much as you can and beat them down as long as during the game. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Raymond Jacobs saying, Lex, what other kinds of fantasy games are there? What is 12 category or the other ones? What will next one be? Listen, well, I was putting the cry out earlier this week for a WNBA fantasy league. And if they could get this more mainstream, I want to see this on Yahoo, just the same platform as what we're playing the basketball on, the NBA basketball. I want to see a WNBA fantasy league this summer. That'd be fun. Now, Raymond, you could do fantasy baseball, but it is a lot of work. The season is much longer. There's like 180 games and there's more positions. And there's actually you really have to know your shit because you have to really kind of figure out where you can get your strongest positions because there's not a lot of really good catchers and there's not a lot of really good certain positions and they're really valuable. So yeah, fantasy baseball is a whole other animal, but that is what's going to be starting next as far as fantasy season. So if you like the Blue Jays, Raymond Jacob, not that I want to play fantasy baseball because this is a lot of work. But I would highly recommend if you are interested in playing more fantasy sports, checking out baseball. If you like baseball, first of all, if you don't like the sport, you don't feel like it's exciting or anything, don't play it. But it could be a lot of fun for you. The fantasy football, of course, is next year, starts around August. And then also hockey. Hockey is going on while basketball is going on. But, out of all the four sports, my favorite to play fantasy-wise, the most challenging is baseball. Because in some ways it is very, very interactive. You have to look every day and really watch your lineups really closely. Football's a lot of fun too, and it's once a week, but it's a lot different. And we don't even we'll talk about that more in the fall. Around then, let's see. Blackhawks saying after watching the Timberwolves game, I'm convinced Nick Nurse threw the game. It's all about the second quarter. My eyes are on the Celtics game with our rotations. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I'm wondering this. I mean, it did really smack of it like that. In some ways, how the fuck did we not score only two? We only scored 4 points in the last 7:49 of the game against Minnesota the other day. And they scored like 18 to 4 in the last 8 minutes of the game. That's really fucked up and really messed up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If there's a stealth tank going on with this Raptor team, well, then so be it. I'm just going to trust in Messiah and Bobby. Isaac saying Isaac saying rivalry day, but with nothing to lose this time. Tatum is running away before it starts. Yeah, I wouldn't really characterize it as that. I mean, he's not afraid of us. Come on, Isaac. There was some weird clip of him doing his interview after the Warriors game the other night, and Draymond is like attacking his kid behind his back. It's really weird. He's like grabbing Deuce and throwing them all around. And it's like, Draymond, what are you doing to Jason Tatum's son? I was like, well, that's really weird. All right, let's see. Mike saying we won our last afternoon game. It was a great effort, a different feeling. It's nice to win early in the day. That was that New York game on MLK Day on Monday. Yeah, it's nice to win earlier because you get the whole evening to feel good about the win. So hopefully that's what happens today. But maybe Ed Malloy and the Celtics have come to Toronto to ruin Toronto's day today. Ruin a nice Saturday for us. I don't know. We'll see. Kareem saying, so is it Joe Cool or Wheezy? I don't know what we're going to say for Joe Wieskamp. I think Joe Weezy. I think Joe Weezy's pretty good. Now, they call him Exotic Joe also. That was something that Fred was calling him, Exotic Joe. So there's Joe Cool, Exotic Joe, Joe Weezy, and I kind of like Joe W Camp. Like we want to be in the W camp. We always want to be in the W camp. And that's what I'm saying, Joe W camp. Let's see. This type of shit kept me up past 24 hours. You're trying to figure out the nickname for Joe Wieskamp. That's pretty funny, Kareem. I will be ramping up fantasy after the All-Star break. Watch out. Look out. See, there is trash talking. Kareem is coming after you, Tom. Kareem and Raymond Jacob are both on notice, putting you on notice for saying, yeah, they're coming. They're coming for you still. Raymond saying, I was only talking about basketball. Right now, we are playing the points league thing, right? But what are the other ones we can play? Aren't there other ones? Well, Raymond, we can play matchup. And it basically be kind of like the fantasy football setup where you have one person you play that week and they only keep the stats for that week of the NBA and you're head to head against that team. And that you basically like have to win the categories over that week. And then whoever wins the most categories gets the victory. And then you have a record and it'll look more like a football record because it's week to week. So say you would play like me from Saturday to Sunday to Saturday. And then the next week you play Tom. And it's really like your stats against the other team's stats only. So you could have really bad stats, but the other team could have even worse stats and you win that week. So that's the way it works. It's head to head, but we're playing rotisserie. Jay Weezy. I like Jay Weezy because I think it's like, the play on the W last name, Jay Weezy. And it just sounds cool. Oh, Jay Weezy. Let's get Weezy with Jay Weezy and just let him bombing them. G saying apparently Lethal Shooter trained Joe. That explains a lot. Oh yeah, that guy Lethal Shooter who's on YouTube. He does those YouTube instructional shooting videos, and yeah, he's quite an interesting personality. So he's worked with Joe. Well, that's good. We want him to be a lethal shooter. Joey Dubs. Joey Dubs is what name was saying. Buongiorno, Joey Dubs. Logical saying, my drop today touches on Wieskamp, and the Wolves announcers called Joe Wieskamp. Wieskamp. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. I'm interested to see what you're talking about today, Mike. And Tom Duke is saying, Joey is that guy. He's just that guy. You can put a hand in his face. He's going to make it still. And that's what he was doing the other day. I loved it. I loved it so much. All right, I did the recap on what's going on. Ed Malloy, Michael Smith, Danica Mosier. That's our ref crew. Fuck them. Hopefully they're going to be nice to us. But yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in Ed Malloy. He's just annoying. All right, y'all. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I'm here every morning at 9:30 a.m. doing a live stream talking about the daily Raptors stuff and getting you set up for games, reacting to games. If it's the off season, we're playing trivia. We're doing all kinds of fun, always Raptors related things in the morning. So if you're a positive Raptors fan that loves the Toronto Raptors, even if they win or lose, and you're sick of all the toxic noise, you're sick of all the people that really kind of don't act like they like the team, they just want somebody to criticize. You are in the right place. This is for the real ones, the people that stand by their team, the people that love Fred VanVleet and realize he's an NBA champion and he is a winner and somebody that we love and we should respect on our team as somebody who is an important part of our franchise history. So, yeah, we're not trying to throw Nick Nurse out. We're not trying to get rid of Pascal Siakam. We're not trying to do any of that. We're not Bobby Webster. So if you're a positive fan that loves this team and wants to see them have good things happen, more Larry O'Brien's, you're in the right channel, watching the right person, because that's all we're about here. We ain't about tearing them down and talking shit. We are about building them up because we love the Raptors and we want to see them win. So yeah, there we go. Bam, 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 bam. All right, let's see. Duke is saying, good morning, Duke Rocks. Even if the Raps brass goal is tanking without being obvious, I'm okay. If that right now, I like the fact we look competitive. I also feel we will see continued growth from Sky. That's right. Listen, there may not be real victories. We may not be getting as many wins this year, but there are victories in the development. There's victories in different things. And this is right. Duke's saying, listen, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. But he's seeing the proper effort and the winning culture and the things about building towards winning. It's just not adding up enough to being winning. That, hey, he's okay with this, that he's understanding maybe the goals for this season have to be revised and just kind of like look for the good gold and the bad stuff right now. And Scotty Barnes is a big, huge, poignant part of the good stuff and the bad stuff right now. That we can see him continue to get more and more forceful and dominant in the court and just taking what he can rightfully just go take whatever he wants on the court. I am so here for this, even if we're losing more of our games than winning. So it's just we got to temper our expectations for the season, go with the flow, and see what happens. And like I said, you want to make your mind have an ability to see every situation as a no-lose scenario. That you go into that situation, it may not go exactly how you want, but even if it goes negatively, you find the positive in that loss. They just say, look, okay, well, this didn't work out. Well, then I don't have to deal with this person. They were obviously the wrong person for me. So you just got to look at the bright side and figure it out. And you always find a way to spin it in a positive, even if it's really ugly and bad, like our season this year. Raymond's saying, I like trivia. It's been too long, man. I know, Raymond. It's been so long. You know what? You can get trivia this Tuesday. That's right. We got 2 days off because we're about to go on a West Coast trip after we play these two Atlantic Division teams this weekend, Boston today and New York tomorrow. We'll have Monday for a reaction to the New York day, but on Tuesday we will be playing trivia, Raymond Jacob. And I know you miss the Raptor Freak Classic Jurassic Trivia, and we will have it on Tuesday morning, 9:30 a.m. And the winner of that gets the fake Vince Carter bobblehead. It's all these Vince Carter awards for people who win stuff. So yeah, it's coming back this Tuesday, Raymond. Be ready, 9:30 a.m. Isaac Campbell saying next one up, and we love Ibaka still. Oh, I'm glad you brought this up, Isaac Campbell. The Bucks and Serge Ibaka agreed to part amicably yesterday. He has departed the Bucks team. I guess he's available for art, available for fashion, available for culture. Maybe he's available for Raptors culture to come back here. I don't know if this will happen. Maybe this is a bridge that was burned when he left and they could not come back. I don't know. Maybe I know he loves Toronto and I know he probably would love to be here. I mean, can we just give him like a little contract just for like, vibes? He's really good with OG. We know that him and OG are really good friends, and he has so much time with everybody. And we know there are things that he's familiar with about Nick Nurse and our system. And we don't have to play him a lot. We may just need him for center things. Wow, Serge is there. Can we get him, Bobby? Can we figure this out? Are we going to have to cut somebody? Like, is it Joe Wieskamp or Serge Ibaka? I don't know. whatever it is, I would seriously consider if we can get Serge Ibaka back in a Raptors uniform very soon, doing it. If you guys can figure it out, it could be that, who knows? Maybe he'll take nothing, like very little money, just to come back because he loves Toronto and he wants to be here. I think that he films all his "How hungry are you" here still. So in some ways, maybe he does want to be back on Toronto, but I don't know for sure. It's very hard to say. Ibaka back with Toronto. Well, he's a free agent now. He's out there. We could see what's happening. It's going to be very interesting. Tom Duke saying Ibaka is stepping into the Raps lineup, apparently. That's why Koloko went to the 905, right? I've not heard that officially, Tom, but that would be very interesting. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I mean, is Ibaka done? Is this it? Is he not playing anymore? What is going on with him? Can he still play? Is he retired now? I don't know. We're going to have to find out what's going on with Ibaka in the next week or so. We'll have to see. I know all the Raptor fans went on all over his social media and told him to come right back to Toronto. Everybody's in full effect. And I appreciate that. The politicking to get Serge to know how much we love him here and that we want him to return back is good. Trust me, it's good. I like seeing that. Mike's saying past California knows how to party in the city. City of Compton. Snoop Dogg had a new video come out this week, and it's about him being from the 21st Street. And it's kind of like a play on Drake's whole thing with 21 Savage, where Drake's always going 21, 21. Well, Drake, and I don't know if Drake and 21 Savage have a thing with Snoop Dogg or something, because Snoop Dogg made this new song called 21, and he says 21 a lot in it. And he even talks about Drake and 21 Savage in the video, about how he was at 21 because he's from 21st Street in Long Beach. And he started it's pretty interesting. He's singing about being from Long Beach in California and actually being a part of the Crips, stuff like that. That's what he's singing about, Snoop Dogg. But yeah, he makes some pretty good stuff these days. It's interesting. G saying Serge posted a pic wearing a scarf. Was that a hint? I don't know. Maybe it is. Scarf, Toronto, that makes sense. It's cold. And it's also Scarf Brother. OG up here, Art. That's right. Click saying, bro, why would we want Serge? He's not the same player he was 3 years ago. Many injuries and not the same production. I think he's going to Brooklyn. Ooh, I hate hearing that. Like, there's also, I've seen pictures of him in a Boston Celtics jersey, and I'm like, fuck that shit. That's gross. Who's putting this shit out, making that? Why would you do that? Ugh. I don't know. I kind of like him just for like vibes. Like, in some ways, we kind of need him. Like, he would have been that. Like, somebody said the other day, would Brooke Lopez be carrying Gary Trent Jr. to the sideline like that if Serge Ibaka was out there? I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. Of course, he was his teammate at that time. But still, I don't know. I think that Serge is good as long as the price is very little and he just wants to be there to hang around and kind of be a team leader. In some ways, he's this hard ass that we may need. Is like, come on, guys, we're losing too much. I hate this. We got to do this. We got to do this. He could be that guy. This kind of like, I've been in this league too long. I don't want to lose like this. You guys need to play better. I don't know. He could be that guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. G's saying locker room presence, some edge and dog on this team, mentoring, dog. We need more dog. Yeah, that's all good stuff. Ronadan saying Ibaka is plagued with back problems. That's why the Bucks let him go. It's also I don't think he wants to just hang out in Milwaukee. It's just not that fun if he's not playing. And it may be that he's not able to play right now. And it's just like, yeah, well, I want to be able to travel and go to like Fashion Week and do all this stuff. And yeah, I don't want to be tethered to the team and having to follow it around. That may be part of it. I don't know what Serge is doing. His album did really well last year and it's getting more and more attention. It may be that he's pivoting into his music career and that he needs to go to the studio and make his next album right now. That may be why he's not with them anymore. A Guardian Transit saying Masai Ujiri going to pick Oscar Tishwibi, big from Congo, second round, undrafted, 6'10", 260 pounds. Holy crap. Oscar looks amazing is what G's saying. All right, we'll have to look up this Oscar Tishwabi. I don't know if I did not say that. I'll just say Oscar T. Yeah, okay. I want to know who this guy is. It's a little early for draft speculation, but you know what? If we got somebody in the pipeline we're looking at, all right, I like it. Isaac saying free Ibaka, that would be smart. And he put the ART in capitals. I like that. Duke is saying, hope Scotty is on a mission and starts to take the reins and leading the Raps. Regardless of what transpires moving forward, I want Scotty to play point every second on the floor. I don't know if I want that myself. I mean, I still like Fred kind of carrying it. And, Scotty being down low. I really like this is my favorite thing right now, Duke, is when Scotty is down in the low post and Fred's up at the top and he finds him with an entry pass. And then Scotty either gets the guy on his back and makes a post move and makes a really high percentage close shot, or he kicks it to somebody like really smart, like no look or like where they don't expect it, and they get an open three. So I think that this is a really good like initiation for our offense. Is low post Scotty, top of the key Fred, entry pass Scott, decision made, and that just brings success. So we're getting a score if they can successfully get Fred to lob the ball into Scotty down low. And then boom, he's either taking it up, like I said, or he is passing it out to OG in the corner to hit a three. So I really like that action a lot. And in some ways, that's not really Scotty playing point guard. That's Fred still playing point guard, but Scotty's the conduit for the offense, kind of like Marc Gasol would be at the top of the key. Instead, he's at the low post because in the low post, it's even more like high percentage, and he can really get his position down there anytime he wants. That's a crazy thing. It's so hard to get position in the NBA, but this dude gets whatever spot he wants whenever he wants it. And that's part of why I think he's so unstoppable. It's because nobody's stopping him from getting to his spots and getting exactly what he wants all the time. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants on the court. It's Scotty's world. We just live in it. That's just how it is. It's Scotty's world. We just live in it. He can go do whatever the fuck he wants. Mike saying Scotty needs a three before he's moved to full-time guard. He needs to make his three more often. Yeah. I mean, he's not bad at it, but I don't like him on the perimeter. He's just so deadly down near the basket in such a high percentage that it'd be a waste not to use him down there and have him outside all the time. Like, he should not be playing like OG. He should be playing like he's playing right now and more like he's been playing. Name is saying, we want Serge because we have nothing simple in playing. We have nothing simple. We want Serge because we feel like we need that mentality of his and maybe just a little bit of like a more of a teammate on there for like veteran and like just being like, he's good vibes. He's good vibes in a lot of ways for this team. All right, I'm going to close it down right now because I just got to an hour and I was like, oh, am I going to get an hour? I got to an hour. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Let's beat the Celtics. Fuck Boston. Ed Malloy, be nice to us. Let's just kick some ass. Scotty, it's your world. We just live in it. You take over and win this game today. We'll be very happy. Raptor fans need something to cheer about. And beating the Celtics will really, really help with that. So please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's go. Be great for, be great for, be great for, be great for, be great for. Let's go, Raptors!